Hello and welcome to another update video about SEI. SEI performs quite well. As I said before, it is one of the charts that moves in an impulsive fashion, which is why I'm covering it more closely than, for example, other charts like SEI, which might also perform well, but they're just not so clear. Sometimes I get asked why I cover some charts more than others, SEI nearly daily. Why? Because SEI gave us a fairly clear setup. Okay, clear, yeah, clear, not so clear, but certainly clearer than other charts, okay, than many other charts, because SEI is possibly in this larger impulse we've been tracking, and the support zone was quite clear and could have been used for accumulation, as I mentioned many times. And we now see a reaction, and I assume that wave 4 is in. I still have the yellow count here on the chart for risk management purposes, which might be relevant in case we break below micro support, and we are not even close to micro support. So the approach is unchanged. You know the routine. We keep the previous main support area relevant until we see the next 5-wave pattern to the upside. At the moment, we only have 3 waves up, so the main support area remains relevant. We only have 3 waves up, so we could easily still break down. This is not the primary scenario, so I'm following the white count, especially now after the successful breakout. But I will adjust a micro support area, which, if broken, will give us a hint that we are likely falling back into the main support area. I can only give you a new main support area if we get 5 waves, yeah, as highlighted here in white, and then we can look at possibly the next trend reversal zone or support area in this wave 2. Let me just, by the way, shift everything higher. So I'm actively considering that this is only but that's unchanged from previous videos, that this move here that started on the 23rd of January is only here a 5-wave move up, right? Of a wave 1, of an even larger wave to the upside, and this could turn into a wave 2 pullback, wave 3 up, and so on. So that's how we could escalate higher going forward. At the moment, it seems like we're only in the 3rd wave of the 1st wave there. And micro support has now been adjusted to 80.9 cents to 71.3 cents. So you now have to decide, are you happy with that drawdown in case it happens, or do you take some partial profits? At the same time, I have to tell you that there is currently no sign that a pullback has started. So we're currently at the next FIB level at 98.7 cents, the 1.786 extension, and the market could easily stretch higher, maybe to the 200% extension at $1.05, the 2.382 extension at $1.18. Until we get a pullback, you know, I have to move that support area. I can only lock that support area and really define it as soon as I have some kind of evidence that the 3rd wave here has topped. So I don't want to guess when the rally is over, but what we could do, we could add a trend line here. Sometimes these can be a first hint, an indication when the trend is changing. The problem with this trend line is not very well defined, is it? So not too sure about it, but I guess we could use it as a first indication. So if you see a break below the trend line, it might be an indication, at least a first warning, that it's time to be watching and that this 4th wave pullback could be unfolding. I always highlight that the ideal support for a 4th wave is the 38.2 retracement. We might be dealing here with a diagonal pattern, however. That doesn't mean it's bearish. It just means that the pullback could be a bit deeper in wave 4. Why diagonal? Because the wave 1 here is a 3-wave move. So also wave 3 looks like a 3-wave move. It's just that the C wave in wave 3 seems to be an impulse at the moment. So continue to track higher, possibly $1.05, $1.17, not unrealistic in this 3rd wave, before a 4th wave starts. And then we can watch for the 5th wave. If we get 5, as I said, then I'm going to add the next main support level. So it's looking good for SEI. The setup we discussed over recent weeks was successful, as it was for many other coins. And I don't think there is much more to add. Could still get a few squiggles higher, as I said, in this C wave of wave 3, and it's probably an impulse. I could also use, by the way, Fibonacci levels to give you an idea of when this C wave is over. The problem with that is it will probably overlap anyway with the main wave 4 support area. So it's a little bit pointless, okay? So I prefer to just track here this C wave. It already looks a bit like a 5-wave pattern, but these can always extend. So I don't try to guess when this rally is over. Obviously, a good indication would be a break below the last swing low. That would be 85.9 cents. But as I said, we're then already nearly in the support area for this fourth wave anyway. So maybe along the way we see clearer swing lows that are a little bit closer to the current price, which might give us an earlier signal that some kind of a top is in place. But that's a common issue with altcoins because they rally so significantly. It really takes a bit of a move, certain distance, to confirm that the top is in place anyway. So best approach, as I said before, I posted a small article about that just in time, I think a few weeks ago, about SEI, and that accumulating here in this range can be helpful for trading without focusing too much on the micro count, and then just sort of selling as we're heading into resistance, and then accumulating again in maybe wave 4 and selling in wave 5 and then accumulating again in wave 2 and so on. That's typically sort of how it's best approached. But people have their own individual trading styles, and Elliott wave is not a trading system. Elliott wave helps you to understand reversal levels, trading parameters, and you just have to use your own system. Whereas I think there are good ways of trading with Elliott wave, like the pullback trading, scaling into support, scaling out in resistance, which is what I usually recommend, but it's not for everybody. So essentially you have to write your own trading plan. That's my update about SEI. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.